It's 3:30 on the 6th of April 2017, somewhere in the middle of Norfolk, England, and I'd like to invite you to walk around my garden with me, to have a look at its spring colours rather than the summer ones. I'll try not to move the camera too quickly and make everybody feel ill, but I assure you that I am very much a novice at this, so I can't guarantee anything. Come up the steps with me and through the rose arch. Sorry about the shaky camera, but I'm a bit wobbly on my legs, so I do the best I can. I think my cat's about to come hopping. I have a nephew who calls him Tripod, because of his 3 legs, but he likes to know what I'm up to. Having a look round the garden, I've got fairly wide flower beds, lots of spring colour, but they don't really come into their own until the summer. Bird bath. Quite an ancient hedge. Some colour in the hedge, but not a lot. Here I have the beeches that are huge and still have to come into leaf, along with the larch, which is a deciduous conifer, and again only just breaking into leaf, pretty devoid of any sort of foliage. Coming round here, there's a path through the flower bed. Only way I can cope with one of this size, and even then it's difficult. Moving around here, I have more shaped trees, and I have another small pond. This one has frog spawn in, ready to protect the frogs. It's well away from any of my fish in the fish pond. There's another pond over here that's kept just for frogs. There's no frog spawn in there. I just keep that as a hidey hole so they can escape from the cats. Been round this way. Another Acer which is still to come into leaf. Come and say hello to Fred. Fred guards my garden. He's been here a very long time. Sometimes forget to feed him, hence his skeletal state, but he does a good job of guarding Gregory on this side, who has a golden hue. Coming through to the side here, through another rose arch. The roses are actually beginning to climb up them now, so they should be quite attractive in the future. Lots of woodland plants. This particular tree here in blossom is a greengage. Then I have the blackcurrants, and this is a deep purple plum, this one. I'm not sure what variety it is though. It's an apple tree. Here we have Buddha, and we have Gordon down by his side. This particular Acer is looking very sorry for itself. Not sure what's wrong. I have chickens. No golden eggs though. On this side there is a complete wall of blackberries, but they're only just breaking into leaf. Coming on this side we have the first of the gooseberry bushes, tulips, fig. Not that I expect to get any figs from it, and again, it isn't in leaf yet. And then this magnificent young Victoria plum, which has so much blossom on it that if they all turn into plums, I'm going to have to thin them out. Coming this way, I have a bird table from which the birds have knocked the bird feeder off. This side part here I can see from my bedroom window every morning, and it's where Tinkerbell lives. These ligularia here will grow at least another foot taller, maybe 2 foot taller, and have very, very deep yellow flowers on them. Tinkerbell has only just come out of hibernation and is still too small and wobbly to actually be allowed to sort of go out on her own. She is, however, beginning to eat now, so I do have high hopes that she'll be okay. Coming round this way, I have a rose arch, and down this way I have another path. Coming through the rose arch is taking us through to where I sit and have a nice cup of afternoon tea. But this is one of the things I wanted to show you here. I have an absolutely huge and very magnificent mistletoe. In fact, I have a whole collection of them on this apple tree. In Druid terms, the best mistletoe grew on oak. It was cut with a golden knife and caught in a sheet so that it never ever touched the ground. Coming round past the rockeries, up more steps, I have a hedgehog house down here. We've passed 2 down the side there that I forgot to point out, but you should be able to see this one. There he is, right in the middle, piled high with old ferns to disguise it and make it look like a des res. Waterfalls here, going down to the pond, which has about 12 fish in it, I think, at the moment, and half a sort of bucket full of frog spawn. I'm trying not to turn too quickly on this because I know I have a habit of doing so. Coming round here, Ace are just breaking into leaf, going through between the conifers, another hedgehog house under the bench, and I have here a dustbin. The dustbin has been drilled with 3 layers of holes, each of which will have a petunia growing through it. When the lid's off the top, I will plant the whole top with petunias as well, and it should just be one big ball of red and white striped petunias. Should look very good. The bell has been there a long time. Bit of statuary. Here we go, round in here. Again, nothing particular. It's my old man of the forest, and there's a green man of the forest on the fence over there. I have 2 new acquisitions in my work area. I have a shed, which Mick made for me as a present, and I have a new greenhouse from which I can raise my seeds. It's small, but absolutely super. Now, Austin asked me about trees in pots, about fruit trees in pots, I should say, to be more specific. The one in the corner is a Victoria plum, The one next to it in the green tub is a pear, and next to that in the black tub is a green gage again. Now coming round here, past the tulips, is another one. This is another Victoria plum, just in front of the strawberries and the rhubarb. This takes me through here to the other part of the garden. Behind me is another small greenhouse, mainly used for bulbs and tubers of various plants. Coming through yet another rose arch, come to my wildlife pond, which doesn't have any fish in it at all. It's mainly just for newts and frogs. At the moment it's got newts and frog spawn, and the newts do actually eat at the frog spawn. I think Moses has come again to see what I'm doing, just in case I'm doing anything he doesn't approve of. This is the double camellia. Coming round this way is my fernery, which again is not at its best yet because they're only just beginning to break open for the season. Some of them haven't yet sprouted, but they will. More things in pots shoved everywhere, and my magnificent camellia, the one that Mick says is a straggly bush. Over here is a wonderful wisteria, which is not yet in flower, but which has beautiful huge flower buds on it, and in a week or two should be a mass of blue. The camellia is also huge, but completely covered in flowers, which will inconveniently all dump down in my fish pond, which at the moment is a bit of a mess due to the invasion of frogs, who are fairly energetic, to put it mildly, when they are in lust and spawning. This is where hedgehogs feed at night, and that under the chair is a hedgehog feeding station. I have really hacked this back this year, as you can see from all the blunt ends, but I think it now has the capacity to look truly amazing and to look like such a tree should look. Here's another place where the hedgehogs feed. Water, bowls, and a homemade hedgehog feeding station with a rock in front which keeps the cats out. Around here just grasses, more acers in pots, yet more acers in pots, and then again round to my bonsai trees. They're looking quite good this year. I like the Chinese elm there, it has a very good trunk. This one is the Western hemlock and was collected as a tiny seedling in 1972. But on the whole, they're all looking rather good. But thank you for walking round my garden with me. I had hoped to only keep you 10 minutes, and I think it's taken nearer 15. I'll make another one in the summer again. Thank you.